out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts. Yeah, big shout out to Reginald Dwayne Betts, man.
Yeah, so even though Southampton Gladiator School was a real chaotic environment, there's a lot going on, the violence and stuff was going on. The guys that I met then, there was similar age group. We was trying to figure it out though. I started reading and studying. I met some older guys, man, and they introduced me to the 5% Nation of Islam. As y'all been hearing, my nickname is Star, and that's where I got that from. The star symbolizes prosperity. It symbolizes destiny. The star symbolizes guidance. The star also symbolizes youth. The star also symbolizes justice. It's the seal for justice. The star, and the star is also a symbol for wisdom. So that's where I got it from.
So you ain't had a name Star before you went to prison?
Nah, Terrell. My nickname Rail. Growing up, R-E-L, Rail. Yeah, that was my nickname. So I began to read books, man. Trying to figure it out, man. And so along with the guys that I met at receiving and all that, man, we would sit down at the tables, man, read our books together, and you got everything in the sun going on around you. I remember this one evening, man, being in the TV room, the day room. It's one way in there, one way out. One of the cameras.
Yeah.
In the day room, not back then. Now prison got a lot of cameras.
Yeah.
Got its blind spots though.
Saved lives.
Yeah.
That saved a lot of lives though.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Saved
yeah,
some
showing
lives.
up. It's a definitely different day and age in that joint now. But so the day room, it's one way in there, one way out. Got TV in there, you got 2 phones, and in the back of the joint, that's what people gamble at. You had the big CeeLo game, the big crap game, you know what I'm saying? You got the laundry bag of the blows. Oh, blows is the cigarettes, that's what we call them. I'm talking about laundry bags. Dudes got stacks of money like this, and they shooting, drinking, smoking. The TV room, man, smoked out in that joint, yo.
Yeah.
Now they had a real session back there. But anyway, me and a couple of my partners, man, we in the TV room, and I couldn't have been on the phone not that long, man. It's probably maybe a week into my bit there, and I'm sitting there on the bench, and I heard some commotion. It's always arguing at the crap games, the CeeLo games,
always.
The poker games is always some stuff going on.
Them gambling chronicles.
Oh yeah.
They not playing, man.
Yeah, so I heard the commotion, so I'm sitting there, turning around, I'm looking, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's about now. And you could kind of feel the tension in that joint really started to pick up. It's kind of getting a little quiet besides what was going on in the back, and you're seeing other heads is in the TV room too, looking back like that. I don't know the dudes though. I don't know them like that though. Like I said, I'm new on the joint. I've been there probably a week or so. And but anyway, they get a rumbling back there, and so cats still sitting chilling. I'm glancing, yeah, they rumbling. And then one of the guys came running down in between the benches. He running and trying to get out, and it's a dude. No, it's 2 dudes, but one dude down on him, and he got the speed and he hitting him.
Got that Bethlehem.
Yeah, he hitting him in the back, and right before he make it to the door, he hitting him, and the dude fall, and the other dude come and they stab him, they kicking the dude and everything. The dude hollering, and so I'm sitting there, I'm just watching it, and it's a mad dudes in the day room. Ain't nobody helping.
Yeah.
I mean, cats just sitting around chilling and everything, like ain't nothing going on. This dude getting fixed right there.
If you try to help, you gonna be the next one getting fixed.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's what's gonna happen.
They fixing them up, man, and then them dudes they leave, and me and my partners, we young, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't believe I'm seeing this, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There, your mind, you never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's different. Even if people was on the street and they seen people get shot, it's different because it's always from a distance.
Yeah.
But for you to see that and you physically happen, what was going through your mind?
Scared,
Yeah.
for real though. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
that's
scared. You know what I'm saying?
real talk.
And these dudes, these big dudes and everything. I'm a little small little
Right,
dude. You know what I'm
right.
saying? At the time, I ain't had a mustache, and now I'm small as on. So I'm like, if they down on him doing that to him, I mean, I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? They
That's
get
what I
down
said.
on me.
Hey,
And
look, that's what I said when I first
So-
seen dude get stabbed. I see how big the night was. I'm like, man, I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
that thing been my back, my chest and came off the back. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I'm a little small, frail dude. But anyway, so they hit him. The dudes leave, and the other guys they still in the back. And the dude left on the floor, and he there, and he ain't dead. He moving a little bit, and but he like trying to get up, but he can't though. You know what I'm saying? And we still sitting there, me and my man. So we in shock, and we like, "Dad," I said, "Man, he dying." And
Big note though.
Yeah.
Big note for all y'all out here that I'm trying to tell you about prison. Now y'all heard everything he just said. Now not one time that you heard him mention the police. Where the COs at? They not gonna say where the COs.
at 1-9.
See what I'm saying?
At 1-9, and so and the dudes in the back, man, they still gambling.
Yeah.
They pick right back up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's
There's
like
money
they ain't miss a
involved.
beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got big money back there. You know, they ain't miss a beat. And I'm still looking back there like, man, what? Where the help? Where the help at?
Ain't no help.
So and then finally, you know, we was like, man, let's leave. You know what I'm saying? So as we leaving the TV room, and the dude laying there, and he holding himself, and it's blood in his stick too. And you can see like when he was trying to get up, and you know, like the little smear marks from the
Yeah.
hands and everything is all on the floor, and he trying to get himself together, and then another guy come and I guess to his aid when I just to check him, and then he come out after us, and when we go down in the block, then I think he went and got some help. You know, I don't know if the dude died or what. You know, I
Right.
never seen him no more though.
Right.
But that was my first time seeing this, man. In Southampton, man, the farm, Gladiator School, man. This was a new environment, man, and violence, man, in a confined area like that was the new norm, and I had to get I had to desensitize myself to it, man.
Right.
And at the same time, man, trying to find myself, man, and trying to come into adulthood. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't the best examples around me.
Yeah.
So yeah, they ended up building shortly thereafter my arrival at Southampton. They started building Red Onion and Wallace Ridge Supermax. At the time, it was Virginia's first super maximum security prison. Now Mecklenburg might have been the first. Was that considered
yeah.
Supermax?
That back in the day, Mecklenburg was the only place you went for all the violent offenders, all the dudes is using that Bethlehem, all the dudes is fighting the police. Mecklenburg was considered the only supermax, but it was so small that it didn't house but like 300 and some people.
All right.
See what I'm saying? So you talking about the whole Virginia, and their worst of worst, they ain't had room there for everybody. But you know that's why they started building all them other ones.
So they built Red Onion and Wallace Ridge. People they could look at it and see what Red Onion is. Red Onion was a level 6, super maximum security. I think HBO did a special on it.
Yeah.
So if y'all ain't seen that, you guys could check that out just to get see what it looked like, man. So anyway, they ended up sending me. They reclassified us. We remember it was ABC custody.
Yeah.
Then they came with the security point thing, the security levels, and it made it 1 through 6, or 1 being the lowest.
They did all of that just to put people in those prisons in the field of cells up.
Yeah.
Because they created this narrative, which, like you say, the super predator and all of that stuff, so they can, you know, get funded to make these prisons.
Yeah.
Now, when you make these prisons, you also have to make the criteria to fit in these cells. They got to fill the cells up.
Yeah.
And that's why they reclassify. You just coming into prison, how could you even fit that criteria if you ain't even got no prison history?
Oh yeah, and check it, and that's a good piece right there. So I was C custody at first when they had ABC C custody, but when they came with the security level and reclassified, now they came with the point system thing, and I scored 42 points.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how in the world I got 42 points? I ain't did nothing. I just got in the
just got in the
penitentiary.
system.
I ain't did nothing. I mean, I caught my regular little charges. What is that? Been in the unauthorized area. Like, say for instance, count time, and I'm down there, your cell, we chopping it up.
Right.
And the police blowing the whistle, count time, lockdown, get to your cell. But I ain't leaving. I'm ignorant as I don't know what, young and dumb. I ain't leaving here doing until we finish chopping up our wood.
Right.
So I ain't know how to bit. I ain't know how to bit at the time, man. So
And
anyway,
when he say bit, he mean doing time. He bit is doing time.
yeah. So but I ain't had nothing serious though.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't did nothing.
Absolutely.
So
that's the politics.
But
man.
but the come to find out, my points, I scored 42 points because my age, I was under 21. So I got points for that. My length of sentence, and the severity of my offense. I had a murder charge and the use of a firearm. That gave me points. My sentence length, that gave me points. I didn't have a job. That gave me points. I didn't have a high school diploma or GED. That gave me points.
But see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. They created the prison, so they had to create the narrative. They made all of those things points to put you in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Because just like you said, they had different system at first, A custody, C custody. Then they changed it. They changed it because they needed to make a criteria to fit the show. This is why we need these prisons, because we got this type of convict.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So all of the things that gave you points, it was designed to give you points, because now they can look at you on paper and say, not what you did, but they can look at you on paper and say, boom, 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 Wallace Wedge, red onion. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you ain't even did nothing. But then you take and combine, you do something in prison, you get one of them charges, like, stab somebody or something like that, or fight the police. Oh yeah, then you stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're gonna put you on the moon.
Yeah, you had sky high prices. You know what I'm saying? I had a phone charge, and all this time I'm on low level, I get a phone. When I get the phone charge, then they say, I got 90-something points.
Yeah.
I say 90-something points. 90-something. I had 92 points, man.
Yeah. Shoot, I think they even stopped calculating. Back then, the points actually, as far as what they classified with the prison, I think it stopped at like 35.
Yeah.
So everything else is like plus.
They put
what I'm
all
saying?
of that new stuff in there to keep you up there, man.
Yeah.
And up there, man, that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, no doubt. So I get they sent me the red onion. From Southampton to there, that was like, man, like a 11, 12, 13-hour drive. But from that end of Virginia to that end, you know what I'm saying? That's a long ways, man. And then not only that, as you know, when you get transferred, you don't go straight there. You know what I'm saying? You're making stops at other prisons, picking up people, bullpens, you know what I'm saying? You're doing that. And so anyway, man, I get the red onion. And red onion was like something on TV, man. Something you'll read about in a magazine. I get up there, man, and this is supposed to be the environment too now, for the worst of the worst people. And but what don't get talked about is a lot of people. When I got up there, it was a lot of guys up there like myself, just fresh in the system.
Right.
Some Banky actually was sitting the red onion for their receiving.
Right.
They hadn't even been on no spree, no other account. They went to red onion for receiving.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I get up there and they put me in the cell with one of my homeboys, man. And he was up there he had already been locked up at that time. I think he had been down about 12, 13 years. So he was already a seasoned vet, but he was up there for hustling. He was known in the system, man, for getting money. And and he was a learned man too, meaning that like he used to read books and all that. And he was with at that time, he was with the Nation of Islam.
Right.
And so he used to build with me, you know what I'm saying, teach me some things, man. And I met some guys up there, man, that started telling me about the law, you know what I'm saying, and kind of find out it was guys. It was it's the Baker case. I don't know if you remember that, Baker versus Commonwealth.
Mm-hmm.
And what that case was that if you was sentenced as a juvenile, before the sentence, if you was a juvenile at the time of your incarceration, that the courts was supposed to summons your parents or legal guardians or someone standing or sitting local parentis appointed by the courts they're supposed to be up here at your proceedings, in the juvenile domestic relations court. They're supposed to be there, and so they didn't do that in my case. Then when I was in the detention, I was going back and forth to the court thing, doing the court thing. I wasn't aware of that. You know, my mother, my mother she was working third shift at the time, man, and she would get off work early. She didn't get off and wasn't supposed to get off until I think she used to get off at like 7 or something like that. But she would have to leave early work because she worked in North Carolina, so she had to get off work early to come to court. She done been up all night,
right,
working and everything. Here it is to entertain my foolishness to come to court for me doing the juvenile thing. So anyway, I did share that my father wasn't present, but he's still my father. And in the courts, by law, it's still supposed to make a ascertainable attempt, saying like, yo, we tried to get in contact with him, but his identity and location wasn't able to be located. You know what I'm saying? They had to present that on record, like, yo, did we try, but he was nowhere to be found. They didn't do that for my father though, and so the case again is called Baker versus Commonwealth. People was getting out. One of my partners I met up there. He's from Portsmouth, man. He get out, man, had an L note. This really gave me some hope, man, when I started seeing dudes giving their time back, going back to court. But one of my partners, man, I ended up meeting up down in Red Onion. He had an L note. L note some change, matter of fact, man. He go to court, and he didn't come back. He didn't come back. He didn't come back up there.
L note is a life sentence.
Yeah, he didn't come back up there. And so I really saw you don't go to the law library on Red Onion. And what's crazy with that, because if you are ignorant to the law, you know what I'm saying, you don't know, and most people are ignorant to the law.
Absolutely.
Who not a lawyer.
That's
you know
why lawyers go to school.
And but you had to request, and you had to be specific on what case law you're looking for. So, and you had to send a request for them, and they'll make the copies of the case law and send it to you. Anyway, I had some guys that was helping me. I get the case, I read it, kind of find out I fall up under it, man. I started writing a rack of lawyers, man, asking, I ain't got no money, my family ain't got no money, and asking them to take my case pro bono. And I mean, who gonna take a murder case for free?
Right.
So that was a scramble in itself, man. But I found one in particular, man, and he wouldn't take it for free, but he was familiar with the case, and he had a Virginia practice license, but he was from Greensboro, and he told me $30,000.
$30,000.
Actually, he told my mother, because my mother was making the call. $30,000, and he was talking like he can get me out. I'd be home, man. I sent my mother, to one of my friends from around the way, a dope boy, and told my mother that to holler at him and see where he loaned her $30,000, and I put my mother in harm's way. So here I'm selfish, you know.
Right.
I'm thinking about my me trying to get out of prison. I'm thinking about my own welfare. I ain't thinking about her. I ain't know the feds or the DTs or somebody watching, or the jack boys squatting on this crib or whatever. But I told my mother, go around there and tell him that ask to borrow $30,000, and I'm working on my case and whatnot. And when I get out, you know what I'm saying, that I get it back to him.
The bacon special.
Yeah.
Pure delicious.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.